this is a demonstration for ACL. Whether either you can go for extended ACL or standard ACL or something, and you can restrict or restrict the, that is you can do the filtering, right? IP filtering based on standard or extended ACL, right? So what I'm going to do is first I will place the switches and everything. So I will take the router. Okay, I will take the router and the switches. Assume that there are two different network, and two different network. Okay, I will connect all things, and remember the IP, that is an interface number. Okay, so actually that interface, it's a path between one devices to another device. Power came. Okay, just switch on that. Switch on the projector. Let us start the demonstration. Okay, so what I'm doing is just I'm interconnecting all the networks, and look at this. It's on gigabit Ethernet 0 of 0, and this one is gigabit Ethernet 0 of 1, right? So that just you mark out G0 of 0. This path is 0, which is belongs to this interface, belongs to G of 0 of 0, and this is G of 0/1, right? So this is what an interface. You can check it here. Just if you place the cursor on the interface, which will tells gigabit 0 of 1, right? And this interface belongs to gigabit 0 of 0, right? And this one is fast Ethernet 0 of 1 or something, right? And assume that okay, so assume that this is lab 1 and this is lab 2, right? And this is belongs to 192.168.2.0 network, and this is belongs to 192.168.1.0 network, right? So what I'm doing is I will assign an IP address for each and every PC. This is 192.168.1.101. This is 192.168.1.102, and this one is 192.168.2.101, and this is 192.168.2.102. Okay, and so I will do the configuration. That is, I will assign an IP address for each and everyone. IP configuration 192.168.1.101, and for time being, just no need of default gateway. So anyhow, I will give 192.168. That is belongs to an router IP. So this is 1.1. So assume that 192.168.1.1 it's my default gateway for this network. Actually, what I'm planning is this interface IP number is 192.168.1.1, right? And this interface belongs to 192.168.2.1. Okay, so this is what I'm planning. So that is why, so whenever the packets routes towards the router, so it has to forward it is belongs to 192.168.1.1 network, right? And the packet should be routes towards 192.168.2.1 network for the 2.0 network, right? So this is what I'm giving. So we need to configure the router also. So before that, I will configure each and every system. This is 192.168.1.102 and the default gateway is 192.168.1.1. okay, so that all the packets will be routed towards 192.168.1.1, right? And this one 192.168.2.101 and this gateway belongs to 2.1. One 192.168.2.102 192.168.2.1. okay, so look at here. If I so still I did not configure anything on the router, right? Still I did not configure anything on the router. So if I want to ping from ping 192.168.1.102, that is I'm pinging from 1.101 to 102. okay, so I got a reply. And if I ping 2.102, it won't, because still I did not configure anything on the router, and moreover this is not the connection, it's not enabled, right? The interface which is not configured. So look at here, I'm just going to configure this router. So what I'm doing is I'm going to gigabit Ethernet. I'm assigning the IP address for the 101 interface. Look at here, G0 of 0, gigabit Ethernet 0 of 0, which is belongs to which has an IP address 192.168.1.1. okay, and I will make the port status on, and just like that, gigabit 0 of 1 192.168.2.1. So for time being, forget about the static routing or something, because I'm using only one router, right? So if it is two or more routers, then you can go for either static routing or a dynamic routing or something, right? Because this router which knows all the information about this 2-point network and as well as the 1-point network, right? Only one router I'm using which knows the information about one network and two networks, right? So that it can able to transmit one packet to, that is one network to another network. So look at this, just wait for a while, it has to turn on. So once it is turned on, that will be, the packets will be routed from one place to another place. So now it is ready. So let me send a packet. I will do the ping operation, that is 2.102. I'm pinging from 1.101 to 2.102. So now I am getting the connection, because router have the capability to route the packets from one network to another network, right? So actually the lab 1 which is belongs to one network and lab 2 which is belongs to two network. So now I have the connections between these two, right? Lab 2 and lab 1, right? And from here also, so for an example 2.102, suppose for an example, look at here, I'm sending a packet from PC3 to PC1. The result is successful, right? You can see here the result is successful, right? And likewise I can send a packets PC2 to PC0, again it's successful, right? Again it's successful, right? So but what I'm planning is I should permit only the PC2 to access the one network, and PC3 should not access the one network, right? So that is what so I need to restrict, right? So how do I do that? With the help of the ACL, right? So what I'm doing is, so for this network, the lab 1 network, lab 1, it should permit all packets except 192.168.2.102, right? So this is what I need, right? So from in this lab 1, it has to permit all the packets except 192.168.2.102. Okay, so that what we have to do, there are 2 steps. I said create an access list in a router and apply the access group to an interface, right? So in this case, you need to specify in or out, whether you want to perform inbound interface or an outbound interface, right? So this is what the steps you need to follow. So let us go to the CLI. Okay, just come out from the, so here what I need to do is the first one, config terminal. Okay, so I already told you whatever the configurations you are doing, that should be in a global configuration, right? That should be in a global configuration. And moreover, you can do the line configuration, interface configuration, or something. So that will be different, right? So the global configuration, which is for the which is for configuring the general cases, right? So what I am doing is, I need to create an access list. Just go to an access list and give a number. So what is a number? Actually, that ID, the number which specifies whether you want to specify whether the access list belongs to a standard ACL or an extended ACL. So if it is 1299, it's called as a standard ACL, and 100 to 199, which belongs to extended ACL, right? So what I'm doing is, I'm giving 1, right? So the 1 belongs to standard ACL. I told you that is an access list 1, the standard ACL, which is for permit or deny the IP packets, not the services, right? So, and moreover, the next thing is, look at here, there are 3 options: deny, permit, and remark. So I'm going to deny the IP address 192.168.2.102, right? So this is what my IP, right? And you need to specify the network mask, that should be the inverse of subnet mask, right? And as I told you, that is, if you want to restrict only the particular host means individual machine, right? If you want to restrict only a single machine, then you have to give all 0, right? And if you want to restrict the entire network, for an example, the all 2 network, then you have to give 0.0.0.255. Actually, that why I am giving 255 means only 255 means actually this IP address belongs to class C, right? So that is why I am giving 255, right? So it's an inverse of subnet mask. Actually, the subnet mask for the 192 address is 255.255.255.0, right? But we need to specify the inverse of subnet mask, so that I am giving 3 zeros and 255, right? And at the same time, for an in our example, it should be I want to restrict only the particular IP, so that it should be all zeros. Okay, that's it. Okay, and another access, create an access list 1. I told you remaining all should be permitted, permit any, right? Only 2 steps. Look at here, access control list. This is step 1. And step 2, permit all. So you need to specify both what should be permitted and what should be denied, right? For a particular list, you have to specify both permit and a deny list, right? You have to specify. Sorry. This is permit list and as well as the deny list, right? So once it is over, you can come out of this access list. Just you come out and configure terminal, and you need to specify where you want to block this, whether you want to block the inbound interface or an outbound interface, right? And as I told you, look at here, if it is a standard ACL and the destination, that is a source IP, should be specified on the outbound interface of the router, right? Outbound interface of the router, right? If it is a destination IP, then you can go for inbound interface, right? Inbound interface, right? So what I'm going to do is I need to specify what is an outbound interface for this router, whether it is 0 of 0 or 0 of 1. Which one is an outbound? 0 it's an outbound. So what is outbound means? Coming out of the router, right? So where I want to block on this network, right? The lab one should restrict the source IP of 2.102, right? So that you need to specify the source IP on the destination side, of the network, right? So it is a outbound interface. So what I'm going to do is just go to the corresponding interface, right? So interface gigabit Ethernet 0/0. So here I need to specify the access group, right? Look at here, IP access group, and you need to specify the ID number of the ACL number, right? So what is an ID number for our access list? 1, right? So actually you can create plenty of access lists on the router, right? So now in our example only 1 I'm doing, right? So likewise 2, 3, 4, like that you can create any number of access lists on a particular router, right? So access list, access group 1, and you need to specify whether it is an inbound package or an outbound package. So in our case I'm going with outbound interface, right? So that is after routing I want to block. After routing I want to block it, right? So just that's it, right? IP access group 1 out. That's it, finish. Example, this is an example, IP access group 1 out, right? So this is step 3, right? Only 3 commands. First you need to create an access list and apply the access group to an interface, right? IP access group, and what is an ID number? So the one, it's a ID number of the access list, right? So that's it. So now you can check the interfaces, right? And come out and you can check the configuration, show running configuration. You can check here, look at this, interface gigabit Ethernet and IP address 192.168.1.1, and the subnet mask is this one, and IP access group 1 is out, right? And look at this, access list 1, deny the host, look at this, I'm going to block only the host, right? I'm going to block only the host 192.168.2.102, not the entire network. So I'm just restricting only the particular host ID. If I specify 2.0 means this will be a network, right? One deny the entire network like that, right? So that it will deny all the IP address which is belongs to 2.0 net, right? So yeah.
How we know event internet 00 is inbound upload?
What?
How we know?
That is what I said. Which is belongs to the standard ACL or an extended ACL. If you go for standard ACL, you need to specify only on the outbound interface, right? And one more thing, if you are specifying the source IP address, then it should be in the outbound interface. If you are specifying the destination IP address, then it must be the inbound interface, right? So that is destination. If you specify any destination, then you need to restrict the cases at the before routing. So that is why all the lists should be in the inbound interface, right? So that is a difference, right? So I will write it. As I told you, that is a standard ACL and extended ACL. So the standard ACL, which will blocks the source IP, right? And this one, which can block source IP, destination IP, and the services, right? Services and the protocols or something, right? So in this source, if it is a source IP, it must be the out interface, outbound. It must be the outbound, right? And so look at here. In case of extended also, if it is a source IP, it should be mentioned as a outbound interface, right? And if it is a destination IP, it should be the inbound interface, right? So which means that it must be restricted before routing. That is in inbound interface. Outbound means after routing. After routing the packets. We can restrict it, right? It doesn't matter. You can go for inbound or outbound. It doesn't matter. So anyhow, actually, it is a standard followed by the. It is a kind of rules and regulation followed by the structure, right? And the standard ACL always going for outbound interface, and the extended ACL, it can be outbound interface or inbound interface. It depends on the scenario, right? If you want to restrict something before routing, then you can go for inbound. If it is, if you want to block something or permit something after routing, then you can go for outbound interface, right? So this is what the difference is. And look at this. I just created an access list or something, and now we will check the packets, right? So for an example, look at here. I'm just configuring, going to ping. Actually, I'm from PC2, right? I'm from PC2 of 2.0 network. I'm going to ping to the 1.0 network, right? Ping 192.168.1.101. It is pinging, right? That is 2.101, which is allowed to 1.0 network, right? And likewise, what I'm planning is I want to ping from PC3. So previously it was working. Now we will check. Look at this. Destination host unreachable. It is restricted, right? So look at this. The 2.101, it's permitted to access the 1.0 network, but the 2.102, it is not allowed to access the particular network, right? So likewise, you can restrict the particular IP or the particular network, right? So This is what the ACL, right? This is what the ACL. Any doubts from this? What? It is not permitted. Look at this. Actually, this one is permitted. Suppose if I am accessing from one network to two network. So for an example, look at this. Request timed out. It is not permitted because the router which blocks everything, right? Which means that the 2.102 it is not at all permitted for accessing the 1.0 network. So the reason is actually this one is applicable. Actually, the packets which can go to the 2.102 network, but when it comes to coming from actually for each and every packets, so that should be an acknowledgement, right? So if you are sending some packets from one device to another device, that should be an acknowledgement, right? But what is happening is if I ping from 1.101 to 2.102, the packets will go to 2.102, but it won't come out. The acknowledgement will not be received to the 1.1 network, right? So that is why we are it is unblocked, right? That is why we are not getting the output. Request timed out. So what is the difference between actually if you are pinging from 2.102 to one network, you are getting an output called destination host unreachable. But here I am getting request timed out. What is request timed out? Which means that the packet it is not yet received. The acknowledgement it is not yet received. Actually, after the time elapsed, after the time period elapsed, so that you are getting the request timed out. Which means that the packet has been sent, but the acknowledgement it has not been received. So that is why I am getting request timed out, right? If it is a destination host unreachable means there is no network. There is a difference. The destination host unreachable means the packet it has not been reached to the particular host. But the request timed out means the packet is reached to the destination, but I am not getting an acknowledgement from the destination. That is a difference between the request timed out and the destination host unreachable, right? So which means that there is some block. There is some block on the particular network, right? So this is what the difference, right?